breaker, taking credit as an educator. I've been known to spit the flows and make it shaky, shaky thing. Popping, locking, stopping, let it hang. Watch us as we drop this hip hop, it's like a stain. We make a whole room drop and everybody sing. We want the funk. We gotta have that funk. We kick it old school, we think we're so cool. We take it back to the past, we gonna act a fool. Enough jumps, the middle finger make my yay.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Sports Buzz, the Fanatical View. I am your host, Scott D. Lewis, here in studio, Comcast Cable Channel 23, downtown Danbury, Connecticut, on a sweltering hot, muggy, humid day here in early July.
A lot better than it was yesterday.
Pretty hot yesterday too, Bob. Very hot indeed.
I was very busy yesterday.
Lots of rain,
yeah.
Lots of humidity, lots of heat, lots of storms.
And I was
flooding.
out for many hours.
That's right, Bob, taking care of the people. He's the man. All right, we are here taping, sneaking in on a Wednesday night. Not live again, but we will be live next week. But have no fear, we'll keep things on point for you this week until we can get live again next week. And we'll make sure we cover everything you need to hear right here, 6:30 to 7, Thursday nights, Friday afternoons, 1 to 1:30.
Unfortunately, next Thursday I will not be able to come here.
We won't want to talk about why he won't be here.
No.
People might be eating, Bob.
Bob,
let's
just say I'm having a procedure. We'll leave it at that.
Let's say hello to my right-hand man, Mr. Bob Broad Jr.
Hi, Scott. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, Bob. Doing fantastic. Better than you.
At least better than our teams are doing, right?
Hey, Red Sox are coming, Bob.
Yeah.
On the move.
Yeah.
Gaining ground.
Yeah.
Starting to play better. That rally cap last week, maybe that was on point of me to wear that rally cap last week.
The Westerners have got another win finally.
Westerners won a game, moved up all the way to 5-18.
Yeah.
All right, Bob's show Spotlight on Tuesday nights at 9. Wednesdays at 12. He's got the special, what did you have? Which parade?
It's the 2015 Memorial Day Parade will be on tonight at 8 o'clock. And
Tonight
we'll
at
air
8.
next Wednesday at 8 o'clock.
Yes, we're taping on a Wednesday though, Bob. The show's not airing until Thursday.
Oh, that's right, Thursday, but
So if you say tonight, people will be looking for it, but really it will already have happened.
Yeah.
That's not on point, Bob.
Oh, how about, it'll be on for next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, look for Bob's special Memorial Day Parade coverage of Danbury's Memorial Day Parade from this earlier in the season. Mike Toohey is in the control room. His show Expose Cinema Fridays at 9, Wednesdays at 1. We're joined, of course, by the wonderful children who are trying to keep things off point. We're trying to stay on point. They're taking us off point. Jenner and Connor Faco in here. Let's see if they have their hands on the controls, even though I told them not to. Maybe we'll see how the show goes. Mike McFadden has his hands on the controls. He's in there, and have no fear. Finally, at long last.
Yeah, he didn't jump off the bridge.
Unequivocally able to say that Strange Man, a.k.a. Peter Green, or is that the vice versa?
Yeah.
He is alive and well, off the ledge.
Yeah.
He's been on for a while. I thought we had him off a few weeks ago, but then the Bruins made some trades. He went back on the ledge. Yeah. But he's back, and he is in studio. I wonder if he'll come out and grace us with his presence. He did give us some very curious...
Probably send one of the kids out with the stat of the week.
Very curious. Well, he already gave me the stats of the week. Brought to us by his friend, Evan McConnor. Oh. It's kind of off topic, but we'll get to it anyway.
Well, let's do a quick. First of all, we do have a new hockey team.
Yes, that's true. We've mentioned that quickly last week. We're not going to cover that too much right now.
No, just that the Danbury Titans is official.
It's the Titans?
It is the Titans.
We do have a name.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
yes.
We can mention that.
Yeah.
The Danbury Titans.
Danbury Titans.
Wow, very nice. I like the sounds of that. We like the Whalers name. We've enjoyed that, but the Titans, I can dig it.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. That's on point. Yeah. We'll stay with that. And then the Westerners, of course, won last night 3-2 at Mystic.
Yep.
They're home Thursday versus Plymouth, so that would be tonight if you're watching the show. They're home Saturday against Mystic also. And they're home next week as well, Wednesday and Thursday, North Adams and Keene.
Saturday night
still remain dead last.
It's going to be first responders night.
Saturday?
Saturday. So any volunteer fire, regular fire department, police, EMS
Come on
Anybody
down,
from the
support
area,
the
please
first
come on down.
responders. Check them out down at Rogers Park. Lovely place to see a game. Hopefully the weather will be good. Maybe some of this humidity and rain will clear out.
Supposed to be a beautiful weekend.
Oh, is it? That's good to hear. I'm happy to hear that. All right, let's move on, Bob, because we got a lot of stuff to cover. And the big, huge Mongo story of the week. An unbelievable upset took place this weekend at one of the nation's top events. And there it is right there. Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Joey Chestnut goes down.
Yeah.
The 8-year run is over. He got beat by Matt the Megatoad Stoney, and there you see him right there.
How many hot dogs did he eat?
62 hot dogs. He did not beat Chestnut's all-time record of 69, but 62 is pretty good, and he got it done.
I don't think I could eat more than maybe about 6, 7.
10 minutes.
Oh, no way.
10 minutes they have to eat those hot dogs and the buns.
There's no way I could go that long. You?
No way. I can eat a few hot dogs. I
can do 6, maybe 6 maximum, and I would be.
But please, 62 hot dogs in 10 minutes. That is unbelievable. Matt Stoney breaks the 8-year run. Remember when it was a huge deal 8 years ago when Joey Chestnut shocked Kobayashi. Where has he been? He's been knocked out of the situation. Didn't he end up getting arrested and then banned from competition because he was so disappointed in his loss that he caused a huge scene? So, wow. 8 years later, Nathan's down at Coney Island. They got it done. Matt Stone, he was on point. 62 hot dogs. Count them. 62. And he looked good afterwards. Joey Chestnut didn't look too good in that photo. He looked a little bit upset. Like I just ate 60 hot dogs and I didn't win? Yeah. That doesn't feel too good. All right. That was a nice little story. We'll move away. The real big story of the week was the Women's World Cup.
Oh, yes, that was
Team
the best.
USA snapping the 16-year drought, getting it done for the first time since 1999 when they had the awesome Brandy Chastain, I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar moment, beating China in the Rose Bowl in 1999 in penalty kicks. That was obviously the last great moment for the Women's World Cup. Little known fact, Bob, that game remains the highest rated, most viewed until this past week, the most viewed soccer game ever. Men or women in the United States, that 1999 game. This week, they shattered all sorts of records ratings-wise. 27 million people tuned in for the final, and there we see Mia Hamm, for my money, the best player of all time in women's soccer history. She was on point every time she stepped onto the pitch, and she was just phenomenal. Abby Wambach, of course, has surpassed her with the all-time international goals record. She passed her when she scored 158 a couple years ago. But, you know, Mia Hamm also has the 144 assists to go along with those totals. So all around, best player ever. But let's go to the game, the final. 5-2, Bob. 4-0 it was 16 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it was.
Carly Lloyd was on point from all parts of the field. Beautiful 2 set pieces, 3rd minute, 5th minute. Megan Rapinoe with the first one on a quarter kick. Low ball into the box, not one set up for a header. And she comes streaking from outside the box to the middle and drives it home for the first goal 3 minutes into the game. The fastest ever goal scored in Women's World Cup history. That's a record right there. At the 5th minute, she does it again on a free kick from just outside the box as there was a ball driven in. It was a nice touch by another player on a back toe kick, sent it back into the middle, and she was streaking in again between the 2 defenders and put it in for the second goal. And you had a feeling right there that it was going to be a good day for Team USA. Then you had no idea it was going to turn into a potential rout as they score a 3rd goal. Tobin Heath, Lauren Holiday gets it at the 14th minute on a beautiful strike, and that was right there. And a long ball came in over the top. 1 touch, bombed it in. She delivered, and they went up 3-0. 2 minutes later, in what was one of the most improbable, amazing goals you will ever see, Carly Lloyd completes the hat trick 16 minutes into the game, the fastest ever hat trick recorded in women's history. and she delivers a bomb from midfield, Bob. I don't know if you saw this, but 55 yards out. She collects the ball, dodges a defender, looks up, sees the goalie out at the top of the box, and decides to airmail one in over the goalie's head. She backpedals, stumbles, gets fingertips on it, but could not keep it from going in the net. It was on point from 55 yards out. An unbelievable shot to make it 4-0 in what turned into just a stunning development. Credit to Japan, who we remember 4 years ago was the champions. They came into this game as the defending champion. They beat USA 4 years ago in Germany. They fell behind 1-0, 2-1 in extra time in that game 4 years ago and won in penalty kicks. So you knew they could come back. They did come back and actually make this game 4-2, Bob. They got a goal around the 27th minute to make it 4-1, and then they got a goal early in the second half. But Tobin Heath ended it all with the big shot there in the 54th minute to seal the victory, put them back up 5-2, and it was basically a celebration and just finishing off the game for the last 30 minutes, as it was obvious they were going to win this game and bring back the World Cup. Third title, most ever by any women's team. We'll get to Strange Man's first trivia, which he didn't even fill out. I have to fill out these names for him. 1999, Strange Man, that was USA.
Right.
2003, 2007, I do believe Germany goes back-to-back in those two. Japan in 2011, 2015, USA gets it done. Remember, they won it in 91 as well. Norway, I believe, is the team that won it in 95.
Right.
Carly Lloyd, 6 goals overall in the tournament. She scored a goal, at least one goal, Bob, in all 4 of the elimination games. Once they got out of group play and it became elimination stage, she was on point, delivering goals and assists. I think at one point early in this game, she was involved in the last 7 total goals of the tournament for the USA, either by assist or scoring the goal. So she is now obviously the girl on the team to look for. She also, I had forgotten, after they lost to Japan in 2011, they did win the Olympic gold medal in 2012, and that came against Japan. So they have faced Japan in the last 3 major competitive events, and she scored 2 goals in that game as well. So she gets it done in the big games, and she is really the star of the show. Abby Wambach, we mentioned, the all-time leading international goal scorer, man or woman. She took that title from Mia Hamm, and she's still obviously a great player, but she did not play very much. Once they got into the elimination stage, it was clear the team needed to move in a different direction. They had much better offensive flow with her on the sideline. They did, of course, put her in the last 10 minutes, 14 minutes of a lot of these games as they were sealing off the victories. It was her 4th Cup appearance. Obviously a great player. She scored the header in the final 4 years ago that we thought would be the winner, but Japan rallied to tie and then win in penalty kicks. So she, a great player in her own right. But right now it's Carly Lloyd's team, it's Carly Lloyd's world, and also Hope Solo. I mean, unbelievable. 540 minutes, I think, was the amount of time she went without giving up a goal before Japan finally got on the board here in the final. So she is obviously a great player as well. Besides all the baggage that comes with her off the field, she stepped up in a big way in this tournament and helped them bring back the title. So it was great, obviously, for the women to get that done. They had that monkey on their back of not being able to win the World Cup since that 1999 event. And when we saw, Brandi Chastain with that epic, iconic moment, and everybody figured at that point USA was just going to dominate. But the field is balanced. There's good teams out there. England, unbelievable. What a tournament they had. And they're just unbelievable defeat, just devastating defeat in the semifinal against Japan. I don't know if you watched this, Bob. This was the agony of defeat at its worst moment, really. The pinnacle of that statement as this girl for England, Laura Bassett, with about a minute left in extra time. So at the 119th minute, she scores an own goal to send Japan into the final. Devastating. She was inconsolable for 10, 15, 20 minutes after the game. It was hard to turn away, but it was also hard to watch. as her teammates just rallied around her. England played such a great tournament, and they really outplayed, I thought, Japan in that game. And it was just such an unfortunate moment as she tried to clear a ball that was coming into the box to a Japanese striker, and she kicked it, and it hit the crossbar and bounced into the net, and they lose. And it happened so late in the game that it just made it even more devastating. But England was great, France was great, Germany was great. There's a lot of good teams out there. Obviously, Japan didn't come up great in the final, but they played well throughout the tournament. USA, of course, beat Germany in the semifinal. A little bit of controversy in that game, as the first goal of that game came on a somewhat questionable penalty kick. Penalty in the box. Maybe it happened just outside the box. Alex Morgan went down, embellished possibly the play, but they gave it to her. But Germany couldn't complain because Germany had a penalty kick on a penalty inside the box early in the second half, and Hope Solo played the mind game with the striker, and she missed wide. Put it out. She didn't get it on net. So they had their chance to take the lead early in that game, and they couldn't do it. And USA went on to win 2-0. Played a great game in that game as well, even though they did give up the possible go-ahead goal early on the penalty. So it was really a great tournament. I was into it throughout. The coverage was on point. Not a big fan of Fox Sports, but they did a pretty decent job, I'll say. They did okay. And the games were compelling. That's all you want to see. All of them really intense. Megan Rapinoe, the unsung hero, really. I thought she established the tone early with her play in the tournament, scoring great goal in that first game against Australia, and then she was just involved in every way possible. Really involved. So the other trivia we got here from Strange Man. What is the player's name who has been in 5 World Cups, including the last time they won, 1999?
I don't know.
She was there in this game, and I think they put her in the final minutes. Christy Rampone, the 40-year-old. She was there for a 5th time, and they put her in towards the end of this game when it was clear they were going to win. So hats off to her for being around again.
That long.
Yeah, and she completes the circle, 1999 to 2015.
Wow.
Great job for her. So now you soccer fans who are looking for something to watch, you can turn the page quickly and see that USA men were on point last night. Clint Dempsey, in particular, 2 goals after he's been suspended lately for some ill-advised action toward referees on the pitch. But he was back in the games last night as the Gold Cup got underway, and USA took a opening round 2-1 win against Honduras.
Okay.
They will play Friday and Monday in the opening group stage against Haiti and Panama. So we'll see how they do. They'll be hoping to win it. They won it last time, and of course they're going to try to defend that title. Copa America finished also. That was a big tournament that was going on in the last few weeks. What's up with Lionel Messi? I mean, he's supposed to be the greatest player in the world. He is not on point when it comes to international play.
Right.
He's yet to bring home the hardware. Everybody says he's the greatest player in the world, greatest Argentinian player ever. Hello, Diego Maradona. When he played, he was on point, Bob. When you look back at all this highlights of Diego Maradona, what do you see? You see goals being scored, amazing goals being scored. You see victories. You see World Cups being won by Argentina. You do not see that happening when Messi is on the pitch. He didn't do it in Copa America either, as they lost to the host nation, Chile. So that was also a nice little sidebar tournament. I wish it wasn't happening during the Women's World Cup because I had to compete with my time. I would have liked to have watched a little bit more of that, but I had to watch the women before watching Argentina and some of those other games. But they were good too for all you soccer fans out there. All right, more international events, Bob. Wimbledon. We will get to baseball. I know you want to talk baseball, but you know me in these international events,
Yeah,
Bob.
go for it.
I like tormenting my viewers. They need to be educated on things outside the United States and where they possibly can go for great, compelling competition.
Okay, what we got?
Wimbledon, I mean, Serena Williams, who is my least favorite athlete in the top 5 at least. But I am drawn to her here because we're setting up a possible Grand Slam in tennis. She could win Wimbledon this year. She is in the semifinal.
Right.
She'll be taking on Maria Sharapova, who had to get by a young, new upstart USA player, an American, Coco, and you'll recognize this name, Bob, Vandeweghe.
Oh, I haven't heard that name.
The niece of basketball player Kiki Vandeweghe, and her grandfather played on the championship Knicks teams in the early 70s.
That very well.
She is still a Knicks fan, and after her round of 16, I think it was, victory, a reporter asked her what she thought of the Knicks. And she made waves, Bob.
Oh, did she?
By coming out and saying, you look into the eyes of Carmelo Anthony, one mellow, and basically she said he was too mellow. I didn't see the fire. He's soft. I'm a Knicks fan, and I would like one winning season. She came out and blasted him. She was on point with her comments because we all know the Knicks stink. Maybe now is the time I should get to Strange Man's
third stat.
His stat of the week.
Go for it.
He tried to give us to this 3 weeks ago, but we weren't here. And then he didn't show up last week. But apparently, it is the 16th anniversary of Game 3, 1999, Eastern Conference Finals versus the Indiana Pacers. It was a lockout year that year at Madison Square Garden. Knicks down 3, 11.9 seconds remaining. LJ, Larry Johnson, Grandmama, from behind the arc. He launches the 3. Antonio Davis fouls him after the fact. They give him the basket and the 4-point play. Unbelievable. They go up by 1. They win the game. A 4-point play. Oh, he launched the prayer. The refs called a foul. The ball went in. The crowd went absolutely nuts. LJ, Grandmama. Unbelievable. I didn't think we'd ever get him in a stat of the week.
Okay. Can we go on to baseball?
What have the Knicks been doing? Does he really want me to get into? I think he wants me to talk like NBA draft and free agency. Nobody's coming to the Knicks.
No.
The draft was lousy. The free agents are going elsewhere. The Celtics traded for David Lee. That was a nice move. Strange man. Speaking of strange man, Danny Strange moves. Danny the Dealer, Ainge in Boston. I'd like to see more moves than that. But David Lee's a nice little move. I'll take that as the first chip, Danny Strange moves, if that's what you got going. All right, that's about all we're going to do on the NBA. Because you know I can't stand talking draft and free agency. Wimbledon, Serena versus Sharapova. They both were pushed to 3 sets. So hats off to Coco Vandeweghe for pushing Sharapova actually in that set. All right, other things going on in Wimbledon. In the men's side, it's Federer versus Murray. You know, as much as you want to get rid of Federer, you just can't do it. He's here in the semifinal again. And it's Djokovic versus Gasquet. Gasquet, epic 5-setter today, 11-9 in the 5th to get by Wawrinka, who we know just beat Djokovic in the French a few weeks ago. Other big international events, and I'll spend only 2 seconds on this, Bob, because we got to talk baseball. Tour de France underway this week. So it's always nice to look at some nice images from that.
Now?
Right now, Germany's Tony Martin is in the lead. Britain's Chris Froome is having a very good start to the event. There we see Andy Murray. We don't see French Tour de France. There's Roger Federer. What are they doing? There's the Tour de France. Mike was off point. He's back on point. Frenchman Thibaut Pinot is trying to end the 30-year drought for the French. He's a few minutes behind. Actually, TJ Van Garderen from the USA. There's only 3 racers from the USA in the entire event. He's in 3rd place right now, actually racing well.
Cool.
The Spaniard, one of the all-time greats, Alberto Contador, is in 8th. He, of course, got knocked out early in the competition last year with an injury in a big pileup. There's been a few big pileups already. My man, the defending champion, the Italian, Vincenzo Nibali, is up to a little bit of a slow start in 13th, but I expect him to start making moves
3 minutes
as we get farther in. Red Sox are coming. Let's turn the page to some baseball. We've only got a few minutes left. They are 13-7, Bob, since that 7-game losing streak, which pushed them to 12 games under 500. They are now 40-45. 5 games under 500 with a game against Miami tonight, looking to finish a 2-game mini sweep against the Marlins before they get a 3-game set at home against the Yankees this weekend. You know, really everything started coming off the hinges for me when they got swept at home against the Yankees early in the season after they had that nice little start. But they won 3 straight series in a row. Piece by piece, they're getting it done. The young players particularly, we mentioned it last week, the Killer Bees, Brock Holt, the Brock Star, and officially you can say that because he is an all-star, Bob. This kid has played 7 positions so far this year. The only positions he has yet to play are pitcher and catcher.
Well, maybe we'll get him to do that.
Hey, with the way some of the pitching is going, it wouldn't be so bad if he did. And of course, Xander Bogaerts, who might make the All-Star game. He's looking to get those final votes. He had the big 3-run bases loaded clearing single last night for the 4-3 win against Miami. And Mookie Betts getting it done.
2.
We'll see what happens. Yankees meddling, 5-5 in their last 10 games. They lost 2 in a row. They're in home against Oakland right now. Oh yeah, by the way, Bob, what do I say every year? The schedule makers are always on point when it comes to getting the Yankees a nice little getaway weekend to Boston.
Oh, yeah.
They're home right now against Oakland.
Yeah.
They get a little road trip up to Boston this weekend. Then they get the All-Star break. Never, not once, do they ever have to go to Boston at the end of a long 9-game trip or something like that.
That would never happen.
Those schedule makers always on point, helping out those Yankees. But anyways, Betances had a couple bad outings in a row. Their star reliever, 2 home runs in his last 2 outings, including the extra inning. Why was he pitching 2 innings in Oakland last night, Bob? Joe Girardi, you were not on point with that. What are you doing? What's going on with your Mets, Bob? They got to win today 4-1. Remember, this is a Wednesday taping, not Thursday, not live. They did beat the Giants today, so that was good. They'll be heading home, I believe, right? Or are they on the road to finish before the All-Star?
They might be on.
Finishing on the road, probably. Yeah. They need a bat, Bob, because they've been shut out 10 times this year, 3 most recently. That's not good. They remain a few games behind the Nationals, who are still meddling. They're allowing you to stay in the mix, Bob. Step up. Get it done. The Nationals 46-38, 5-5 in their last 10 games. They're not running away with it. If you can get things going, keep the pressure on them, maybe they'll crumble. Maybe we'll get some amazing Mets action later in the summer.
Right.
I'm more excited about it than you.
I know.
Come on, Bob. Get on point. Get on board. All right. We'll be back live next week. I believe I got to all the stats we needed to.
The Westerners golf tournament.
Oh, yes.
So come on out if you can. If
That's
you guys are
over
golfers,
at Richter Park, correct?
Richter Park. 10
Hopefully
o'clock.
the weather will be good for that.
1 o'clock is the tee off.
1 o'clock?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, we'll see you next week. We'll find out how everything went. Maybe the Red Sox will chip away a little bit further at the standings. All right. See you next week.